What's up, friends? Mark Bardo with the Queermosphere, your weekly insight into anything queer. I am back from my hiatus. I hope everyone is doing well. Tomorrow is my birthday. I will be 39 years old, so happy birthday to me. I also want to take a moment to wish my very best friend in all the world, Taylor Staten, a happy birthday because today is his birthday. Well, let's get to it. I think the only real thing I have to talk about today is Florida's Don't Say Gay bill. So I've got a couple of articles that I would like to go through and try to get some understanding about the bill and how people feel about it. So go grab a coffee, come right back because we're about to get started. Well, Florida's Don't Say Gay bill passes the state Senate and heads to the governor's desk, and knowing Governor DeSantis, he is expected to sign this bill with no problems. The bill is officially known as the Parental Rights and Education Bill. It says teachers cannot encourage classroom discussion about sexual orientation or gender identity in primary grade levels or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students. It also says parents can sue their children's schools for failing to adhere to these rules. State Legislative Director and Senior Counselor for the Human Rights Campaign stated discriminatory pieces of legislations like the Don't Say Gay bill or trans bill don't solve any critical issues in Florida. These bills shamefully attack and endanger the LGBTQ plus students who are trying to get a quality education in the state and have an obligation. They have the obligation to treat these students fairly and protect them. LGBTQ plus Floridians must stand up to Governor DeSantis and veto HB 1557. Amit Paley stated, every LGBTQ person deserves to attend a school that provides an inclusive, affirmative environment, not one that aims to erase their existence. We know that LGBTQ youth already face higher risks for bullying, depression, and suicide, and this bill will only add to the stigma that fuels these disparities, but it is not too late to stop it from becoming the law. The Trevor Project urges the Florida governor to reject the bill and instead support efforts that protect LGBTQ youth across the state. Now, on a darker note, the Trevor Project data shows that 42% of LGBTQ youth seriously considered taking their own lives over the last year, and those who have access to affirming spaces are less likely to attempt suicide. Additionally, the organization found that LGBTQ youth who were taught about LGBTQ youth issues or people in school were 23% less likely to attempt suicide as in the last year. Listen, folks, Governor DeSantis is just Anita Bryant with a penis. This type of rhetoric won't last forever, and there may be some laws that need to be overturned in certain states such as Florida and Texas with their trans kids ban. In my mind, you have two options. You stay, you fight the legislation, you get the signatures, you find the people with the money to fund you, and you get that base and you fight it. Sue Florida. Lose it up on appeal and take it straight to the Supreme Government to shut this down. Or you create a freedom fund, create a GoFundMe, and leave the state and go to a more welcoming place and begin your lives and live your lives as you see fit. Those, unfortunately, in my mind, are the only two options. You stay and fight, or you flee. But I would support both. Well, since we're staying on the topic of the Don't Say Gay bill, a Florida Republican insists gay isn't permanent to explain her vote for the Don't Say Gay bill. Florida State Senator Elena Garcia had something to say to justify her vote for the bill to ban elementary school teachers from mentioning LGBTQ people. It's okay, she insisted, because being gay isn't permanent and some transgendered women are lesbians. She knows that because her friends are all LGBT, but I don't pander on that, she said. She continued, gay is not permanent. LGBT is not a permanent thing, Garcia said as she launched into a 15-minute rant explaining why it's okay to target LGBTQ people. This isn't about targeting. This is perhaps about rerouting the responsibilities back to parents. She then goes on to use a story about a friend. A friend of mine went through the whole transition as an older male, 58 years old, became a woman, and guess what? He still likes women. He went through the whole process and we laughed together, and I'd say, do you want to deal with the hormones? Why do you want to worry about the extensions, the hair and the boobs and the nails? And he loved it, so he had a sexual experience. He had a sexual experience and realized that he continued to like women. That just goes to show you that these people who are actually writing these bills and enacting these laws in our government are so ignorant to our situation. A person's gender identity or sexual orientation are completely different. Just because somebody transitions doesn't mean their sexual orientation changes. You still like what you like, you idiot. You know what makes it really tough for LGBTQ people is when it's constantly in their faces, straight and cisgendered people debating their civil rights. The most complicated thing that we should be racking our brains, these people, and the most complicated things they should be racking their brains about are whether or not they're wearing clean underwear. That, I feel, we can allow them to take some power on. Well, my heart goes out to those, especially in Florida and Texas right now. If you have the strength to stay and fight, please surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Don't be afraid to ask for funds from the people who can obviously afford it. Show up, raise your voices, and let your thoughts be heard. If you do not have the strength, every paycheck, put a little bit away in your freedom fund and do a little bit of research about the states in the United States and how they approach the LGBTQI plus populace and decide where your new adventure should begin. Box up your life and make that move. Hopefully the Supreme Court will get involved in this nastiness and we can finally shoot this down. Well, that's it for me this Sunday. I hope everyone has a great Sunday afternoon and a great start to the week. I will be back here next Sunday with all new content, so don't forget to check it out. Do me a favor, if you like what you see, check out lgbtnation.com. If you see an article that you think I should mention in one of my videos, just let me know in a comment or a DM. Also, if you've yet to follow, like, or subscribe, please do so you get my weekly videos in your feed. And as always, start out by being nice, but it is the 21st century and you never know who you're talking to, but give them a chance. But if they take that chance and use it against you, well, you turn it right around and you burn the bitch good. Chances are they're used to it and they deserved it anyway. Thanks so much for watching. See you next Sunday.